Guys, low key, when are we going to start throwing parties and banquets like they did in the Bible? Because can I just say, this is one of those things that, sorry, this is sweet in my mouth. This is one of those things that I pay attention to because, especially the fact that one thing I love about the Lord, right, is how, yes, he always does the work, but then there's always the celebration afterwards, you know? It's kind of like the same thing I love about One Piece, like, they literally fight for their lives to little near death. And my favorite episodes are always the ones afterwards when they're celebrating. And I mean, even Jesus, you know, that's the whole thing with him saying that at the Last Supper, you know, this is the last time he'll drink the fruit of the grape until the big wedding feast banquet ceremony we're all going to have at the end of times after all is said and done, which is obviously what I'm looking forward to the most before we all jet set off to heaven, to the Father's house, right? So I was just thinking about that, and I was especially thinking about it because, you know, when I be out and about, especially like in the day like this, I forget that it's the daytime. Or I should say I forget that it's people o'clock. Like, people are going to be around, and so every now and then I get caught up and I forget. I'm outside amongst folks. I start doing my little dancey dance, right? But the funny thing about it is, people join in. People, like, it's so funny. Like, humans are so interesting. This is what I'm saying. Humans are so interesting because people always be like, oh my gosh, the social anxiety of doing this in public and doing that in public. But so many times it's happened to me, and it'll be like some random old lady across the thing, a couple of people inside their car. For just a moment, and people just join in. They can't hear the music. They can't hear anything, but everyone's just happy to just have a moment to have a vibe. And this is why I was just thinking to myself just now, yeah, because I caught myself dancing and remembering, oh my gosh, I'm actually like, it's people o'clock. So like, have some, you know. But then I'm also like, you know what? I really do want to like enjoy the things in this life, but I just feel like we need to do what needs to get done first. And I feel like that's what it is. I've been wondering if there's something wrong with me, like not wanting to participate, because I really don't have any desires to just like enjoyment in general. Like I don't have any desire to, like, strange as this is going to sound, like experience happiness, because I feel like there's work that needs to be done. Like, we'll enjoy ourselves later. And I honestly feel like that's how we should all be feeling. And if we were all more focused like that, we could get the job done. And then listen, no one wants to start the vibe more than me. And we're all going to have a good time. You know what I mean? We're all going to have a good time. I was thinking, if even just me doing my little jig, it's got people vibing, mate, wait until the celebration when all is said and done. And we get those kids out of those underground tunnels and everything. And I go on my, you know, what are we going to call it? I need to come up with a name for my, my plan to castrate, you know. Those of the people that thought that they were going to come and get up against hurt God's little one, hurt the children, basically. I need to come with a name for that. After all of that is said and done, yeah, I'm going to be, guys, one of the main reasons, yeah, I've been like, Lord, I'm going to have to actually be rich, is because I need to be able to afford to send private jets to collect every single one of you. No one's paying for nothing. This is about to be sick. And then whatever you want to do, it's going to be there. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Can you tell it's been day 4 that I've actually slept and I've woken up and I've actually felt inspired on my period? Who would have thought? You guys haven't even seen yesterday's videos yet, which is kind of funny. Because they're uploaded. They're just not published. And I'm about to film some other videos today. I don't want to say, but I may or may not have finally achieved something that I've been trying to achieve for months now. So, who knows? But yeah, like, so this is what makes me so sad, guys, because I'm like, guys, if we could all just focus, like, on the task, we could all actually enjoy ourselves. Not these little pathetic little enjoyments, just little, oh, we get this amount of time off work and this amount of time to ourselves, and we don't really have a lot, and the government is this. No. Eternal enjoyment, like, just a couple of years, you know, of putting ourselves on the line and like having to come up against all these big companies and stuff. and having to do the hard work and, you know, putting ourselves in a lot of uncomfortable situations. But like I say to you guys, it's crazy to me how people are so unwilling to put themselves in temporary discomfort, that they'd rather the easier discomfort for forever than a temporary worse discomfort to like actually not even be in discomfort at all. Because that's where I'm looking at it. I'm like, look, if we just for a little bit of time could all just lock in, we can get the things done that need doing in the time that we're supposed to be here. Like, God isn't expecting us to change absolutely everything for all of human history. He's expecting us to do whatever he's asked for us to do. And then once that's done, mate, it's time to have a celebration. And no one's excited more than me about that. Trust me, I think about it all the time. I was just thinking, I need to start a flipping Promised Land playlist. I need to start the playlist because, you know, we got to celebrate. We got to enjoy ourselves, enjoy the fact that, you know, we've done it and like actually enjoy ourselves. Not like this little, I think that's what it is. This little amount of time we have to ourselves in this life, all of this adulting nonsense and all of this whatever. And also because of the people who own everything in the world. I don't want to be going and, you know, participating in all these businesses. I've been trying so hard to spend my money in at least as few places as possible because I don't want to support any business in any way. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not even incentivized to do a lot of things. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anything. I feel like I'm funding somebody something. I don't want to book an airplane because I feel like I'm supporting an airline. You know what I mean? I'm supporting whoever I don't know. I don't want to buy clothes because I'm supporting these brands. I don't want to buy food because I'm supporting these whatever. I don't even like having my phone and Wi-Fi and YouTube is like where I draw the line, you know? And I'm like, you know what? I need some avenue to get to the people, and I currently don't know how to build my own platform or my own internet or my own mobile device. So I'm going to have to compromise somewhere. But do you see what I mean about when I say like the chains and how we're so enslaved? Yeah. So I just thought it was funny, and it just made me think as well, like how quickly, even though a lot of people will say stuff like how odd it is to do something that nobody else is doing. But then if one person does something, all of a sudden it becomes acceptable. And it's ironic because I always use the dance floor analogy to describe that like a lot of times the things we have to do in life, if no one's doing it, it takes one person to start doing it. One person gets on the dance floor. Before you know it, everybody's on the dance floor. And like, think about how sad it is and annoying if you missed your favorite song, or you missed a song you like just because you didn't want to be the first one. Meanwhile, everybody's waiting for the first person to get on the dance floor. So I'm like, God, I feel like I've been the first person on the dance floor at this point. So are the people's going to show up or not? That's where I'm at, if you guys want to know. And I'm also at the point, I got to the point where this was kind of what the shift was that happened to me over the last weekend, was like, I just got to the point where I'm like, I'm giving everybody like one last chance. Like, I'm calling everybody out right now in this whatever period. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. So I've been calling people from some of my family members and stuff. I'm giving people a chance to see where everybody's at, because once I decide that I'm actually really going to like go for whatever the heck I'm going to do, which I still haven't even ironed out the plans, but honestly, I'm kind of like, I've always just kind of winged it. And whenever I wing things, it always works out better than when I like sit and plan it for say 3,000 years. I'm not waiting back for anybody. I'm going to go in on alone if I have to. That's where I got to. If I have to do this alone, I will, because then it will be even, I honestly will kind of enjoy it even more in a way, because then I'll get to be like, and I did it without anyone else, but I don't want to. And I won't be, because you guys will be there, but like, you know, oh, there she goes again, the womb. Bear with me a second. All right, I strategically waited to come outside for when, to just before I was going to record, because I've been working all morning, and it's kind of late now, actually. It's like nearly, what is it? I left at about 2:30. I'm still not done with work for the day, but I'm done with what I needed to do in people hours. Well, the first half of people hours. So I got like another 2 hours, so I'm going to film some videos. And I decided instinctively to come out now. You see, I'm actually productive at the minute. Like, who even is she? So I was like, if I go out, I'll get some fresh air, which will put me in a good mood for the videos. I'll stretch my body a little bit so that my womb can like have a bit of a, you know, because I do get really cooped up and cramped up just like sitting there recording and talking. And yeah, things are good. And I hear the sunshine, you know, is good for the soul. So yeah, I'm going to go and do that. But yeah, guys, let's just get to it. Can everybody just like get to it? this is how I feel. It's even funny because the conversations I've been having with people the last like week or so, it's like literally seeing people wake up to stuff I've been saying. And some people, I'm like, you've been here 30 years longer than I have. You've been here 40 years longer than I have. Why is it taking you this long? And that's respectfully where my stance is on a lot of this, like low key. That's what I'm saying. My whole persona and demeanor, everything is just shifted. Respectfully, if you guys knew so well, then why haven't you done it already? Like that's my standpoint. If you guys are so smart and so know how to do things so well, how comes it wasn't done already? How come he had to take you now? How come I had to take you into your 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s? I almost haven't even hit 30 yet. You know what I mean? I've been doing these videos since, who knows? And that's just when I've been doing the videos. Forget when I was also doing other things before I had YouTube. And I used to post a lot on social media anyway, you know? So, yeah, I'm just like, let's just get to the point. Let's get the work done. If we all lock in now, it's not going to take very long. Get these people out, take them to the wall, castration. I would like, here's how I'm envisioning it, guys. I would like, and I'm dead ass serious. I know, who am I to do it? But somebody, I feel like the Lord needs a trusted child to do the job, right? And this is one of those things, I want to just say this here. I'm prepared to face the Lord in heaven for the castration of these people that have done all this stuff to kids. Oh, you best believe I will boldly stand before the Lord on Judgment Day. Just to say. I feel like, this is how I want it to go down. We need a wall, right? And I don't know what wall it's going to be, but it needs to be poetic in some aspect, And what has to happen, is we're gonna do old school style. You know when people used to do public executions? We're gonna do old school public execution style, and it's gonna be them all lined up at the top of the wall, right, on their knees with they're like on their knees, right down, with their ankles tied and their hands tied, and with like a flipping gag in their mouth, and then butt naked, and then they're gonna all be in one row, and then I'm gonna taunt them. Right? And talk about how fun, oh wow, it's not nice to just have people just touching your body wherever they want and just doing whatever they want with you. And then I'm going to grab their genitals and I'm going to slice them off with my bare hands. There's not going to be none of this, oh, and then guards come in, and then no, for every person who has ever been affected and ever been just had somebody happy to just come and grab all up on your body and touch all over you, whether you wanted to or not, they're going to know what that feels like in their last moments. And then we're going to watch them bleed. I'm not going to kill them yet. Not even. Watch them bleed, and everybody's going to watch. We're all going to watch in the public, and you're not going to turn away, and you're going to no. Look at them, and look at this, so that the whole world will know and remember what we do to people that hurt children. And then we'll look after the kids and rehabilitate them. And make sure that they're good, that they're getting the counsel, the deliverance, the everything that they need. You know what I mean? Set them up in life. Of course, I have to do a lot of vetting of a lot of adults because I don't trust anybody, and I don't trust anybody to vet anything except from me. So there's that part. Once all that's done and all well and good, then we have the party. And then all you guys are going to be doing is all going to be, I don't know where it's going to be. It's going to have to be in a big, huge place. And this party is going to go on for days. It's going to be a banquet. It's going to be a party. It's going to be experience. There's going to be food. There's going to be sports. There's going to be games. There's going to be music. There's going to be everything. There's going to be literally every single thing you can possibly imagine. Imagine that just happened. One of these girls I was telling you about, I've just seen her. She just drove past me. The one who you would have just heard in the car. That's so funny. And she would drive like that as well. Anyway, it's going to be everything. And then all that's going to happen is there's going to be me walking around, making sure everybody's having a good time, right? Whatever you want to do, relax, read a book, like everything. I don't know how to make it happen, but it's all going to be there, okay? Look, this is what me and the Lord do. Because he said, the Bible says, God will do exceedingly and abundantly above anything you can ask or think. So I was like, bet. So I'm going to imagine the most insanely, extremely huge dreams possible, because now I have to put God to the test. Because his promises are yes and amen, and he said he'll do exceedingly abundantly above anything we can ask or think. Well, this is what I'm asking and I'm thinking, so I'd like to see him top that. But for real though, this is why we're going through this, guys, because can you imagine if we actually, oh my days, and I will get a fresh set of Japanese knives and I'll have somebody just be holding them, and I'll just like let the sunshine like glimmer off the edge of the blade. Like, I will make it dramatic. I might even walk in with like a robe, maybe a red robe, like a big one. Oh, I'll make it dramatic because you have to make a spectacle. You know what it is? You see with God, yeah, sometimes I realize whenever he decides to step in, he makes a spectacle and he does it for a reason. So people don't forget. So think about it. Imagine in the times of the 10 plagues, right? Imagine actually being there, like not just the people like the Israelites or Pharaoh and Moses, but your average regular degulars like the rest of us, yeah? Imagine us just there, and then there's just locusts, and then there's just pools of blood, and then there's just this. It's such a spectacle that people are never going to forget. Like, that's why we're talking about it now, because who does stuff like that? That's the point. That's why I'm like, all this little, we just send them off to prison time. Lock them up. I don't want to know locking up. I want no electric chair. No, not no little injection and then they go to the other side. Hell no. We're making a spectacle. We're making a spectacle, and I will do it with the power behind me for every tear that was shed, every child that was hurt, whether the children of today or those of us who are adults or those of you who are even older than me. It's for everybody that was ever in those types of situations where your childhood innocence was taken advantage of. It'll be on behalf of all of those people. And I don't think I can think about resting and partying and enjoying life and happiness until that's done. That's where I'm at, if you wanted to know. That's where I'm at. So yeah, immediate castration. Immediately. I'm not saying that's what God told me to do, by the way. That's me exercising my free will, because that's one thing I've been thinking about. Like, I'm always complaining about free will, and I thought, let's reframe that. What am I prepared to do with my free will? Rather than what am I scared of doing with my free will, what am I actually more than happy to do with my free will? And I can tell you, this is one of the very few things I'm sure I will be happy to do with my free will, is the castration. I'm so comfortable with that. I'm so ready to stand before the Lord and be like, yep, and then you killed, and then you did, and then you did, and then you did. Yep. And we'll just watch them there while they're crying out in agony. Because you see, the thing is, they won't be able to handle this. You see people who go and do things to others, they're the weak ones. They're always the weak ones. The people who have to endure, the other ones who become tough, right? They won't be able to handle this, not even a little bit of it. And in fact, the most traumatizing part of it will be being humiliated, because it's being humiliated and scared of humiliation, which is what drove them to become the freaking weirdos that they were in the first place, because they wanted to feel like they had some power and feel like they had some dominance. Yeah, so I hope the Lord allows me to do this while I'm youthful, so I can still, it could be like, it can feel a little bit more like, you know, like the young people, the very innocence, yeah, coming back to bite you. Yeah, with the Japanese kitchen knives. I need to start looking at which ones they're going to be, to be honest with you. I'm telling you, I'm like, by bare hands. I don't think you guys understand how serious I am. I think about this all the time now. That and the banquet. But anyway, I'm going to go because we actually have the videos to film today. And I've had a productive day, and I've got so much more to do. And this weekend, well, and tomorrow. I don't know about this weekend. But yeah, I just had to come on here and say, can we just lock in? Can we just all lock in and like put aside all the like the lovely fuzzlies of life? Like, that's all fun and games. How about we just crack down, do what needs to get done, and then we can just skip to the good part, and then the good part never has to end. And we don't have to be living under this slavery and this system we're living in, and just be looking for little tiny little moments of joy in the midst of, like, I hate that we've normalized, oh, you work for like, this is why I hate holidays now as well. It's like you work and all this to get off like a few days or a week or whatever, Christmas, and then Easter, and then this. And I'll tell you something, this will be my final thought. This freaking Louis Vuitton Easter egg bag, like, I was just like, you know what? This is exactly why I hate it here. This is exactly it. The Louis Vuitton, I think it is, made some Easter egg that looks like a bag. So it's like an egg, like, you know, the like hollow eggs that we sell at Easter. Obviously, it's got the Louis Vuitton print all over it and a handle. It's made out of chocolate. It's like, I don't know, $2,000 or something ridiculous. Anyway, and I was just like, this could not be more of a bigger point of what I'm talking about, of why I can't participate in this world anymore. Where it's like, Easter's not even about the Lord. Like, Christians are about, oh gosh, it's Easter, we got to do the Easter. And I'm sure there's churches running around to do their freaking little Easter production, and there's going to be somebody on the cross. So always happy to see Jesus looking dead on the cross. I think, yeah, as part of the kingdom mission, we need to commission some artists to be drawing Jesus the lion, right? Looking like a warrior after he defeated death with all the descriptions of him in the Bible. Enough of Jesus' dead body on the cross. Enough. Can I just say, I just like to say that we need to commission, because I'm saying there's a lot of work that needs to be done. We need to commission those images because we don't need to keep having Jesus just there looking sad on the cross. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I need to actually go. Yeah, the kids are getting off school. Yeah, let's skedaddle because that was always going to be his parents. And I need to run. We're going to run, guys. I'm running. I got to go. I got to run. I got to hide. The humans are here. The parents are here. Take cover. I love you guys. Bye.